This is Dr. Emmett L. Brown, and this is my time machine.
A time machine?
You heard it right there. Great Scott. Welcome back to Houston Live. Theater Under the Stars is bringing Back to the Future, the musical, to Hobby Center for the Performing Arts.
Get ready for a real blast from the past, complete with a flying DeLorean and all the songs you know and love. Joining us now with a sneak peek of this cinema classic turned musical, Lucas Hallower, who plays Marty McFly, and David Josephsberg, who lights up the stage as Doc Brown. Gentlemen, thanks for making time for us.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, we've said it a million times here on Houston Life. We are so lucky that we get talented actors who come in from New York City, who are traveling the globe doing these shows. I know it's grueling to be on the road, but I'm very curious to know, what's it like to bring these roles to the stage? Because Back to the Future, this is something that so many of us grew up with. Yeah. It's so iconic. Added pressure to step into these roles?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of really passionate fans and really amazing fans who love the project and who love the franchise so much. So I think it's really, you know, walking the line of giving the fans what they want and giving them that nostalgia that they're looking for, but also creating our own versions of these characters. And you know, Bob Gale, who wrote the movie and who wrote the show, was very open about us creating our own versions of these characters.
Yeah. So, David, I do want to talk a little bit about the set, because when you turn such an icon into a musical, some people are like, okay, how are you going to put music and songs into something like that? But once you see it, it's something that you just have to see to believe, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty incredible. First, I mean, he's obviously my favorite co-star, but the DeLorean is also another co-star, and we get to fly in the car. So you get that. You get this. It's just an amped up version of the movie. And because Bob Gale, who created the whole franchise, is the one who created this, it's pretty close to what the movie is, just exploding with a little more energy.
Yeah.
You two are at a level that is just so impeccable in terms of talent, because when you're talking about things like the flying DeLorean, I mean, yes, it's fun, it's creative. This is a very technical skill that you both have, though, because when you have big, heavy, flying, moving set pieces, you've got to be sure that you are hitting your marks every single night. Describe to us how you prepare for a role like this, because all of you on stage, you're all depending on each other to get it right.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, like you said, very technically involved, and there's a lot of things that we have to do to ensure that, you know, we're in the right place at the right time to make sure everything goes right.
Make sure that flying car doesn't hit you.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I mean, the whole cast and crew is obviously so good at their jobs, and taking this show and traveling it from city to city every week. I mean, they pick up that whole stage and bring it to the next city in 11 trucks. So it's a really amazing feat of theater, and it's so cool to see, and you know, the cast is really working their butts off. You know, the ensemble is dancing and singing throughout the whole show, and they're working so hard.
I think
everyone is.
My favorite part also is that in that is, you know, where we make it look like we're all over the place, but we are on 6 or we're on 8 or we're on here, so that the car doesn't hit us in the head.
Did you take a driving test, though, to do this?
No driving test. We had to take a few skateboard lessons.
Okay.
Hoverboard.
Yeah.
For an old man on the hoverboard.
I want to talk about the music, though. Tell us about some of the tunes that are in the show. David, I'll start with you. You know, what do they sound like?
Sure. Well, I mean, you get some of the great ones, the Johnny B. Goods and the Earth Angels and all that, but then there's some of these new, great, fiery songs. But my favorite is, I mean, I do sing it, so it's called The Dreamers. And it's like it's a moment where, because it's colorful and it's big and it's loud, but this moment we get to like take it, and there's a nice ballad, and so there's just so many great things, so many great songs.
And keeping your bodies in tip-top shape. I mean, the video that we're seeing, the choreography this is a very athletic show, right? Vocally, it's challenging. Physically, it looks like it's also challenging. When you're living out of a hotel room, I mean, that's what you're living out of, right? When you're on tour, how do you ensure that you're able to perform at a peak level?
A lot of sleep, you know, making sure our stamina's up. I do a lot of running on the treadmill just to make sure I've got the stamina to be out there for 2.5 hours running around, and
hydration.
Lots of water, yes.
But like, what do you eat? Because I feel like if I were on the road in a hotel room, I'd be like, Taco Bell, DoorDash, let's do this.
He's not lying.
No, don't point at me. No, that is not what I do. I don't. No, it's easy to kind of get into a hard time with like finding good foods and stuff to get on
In a
the
new
road.
city, it's like
Right.
when you've got to
Of course.
learn the
But
city.
you know,
Restaurants.
once you have done it for a while, it's really easy to kind of like just create a plan for yourself that works, and you know, have the meals that you go to when you need them, and then like just a lot of sleep and water.
For me, Sunday or Monday when we travel, I go out and eat. Like I went to Uchi here in Houston. Was
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
so good.
Good
And then
choice.
barbecue when I was in Fort Worth. But then during the week, it's literally like eggs, vegetables, fruit.
All business.
And that's
Chicken.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe some bourbon at night after.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I
Chicken.
want to know though, the best part has got to be about performing in front of a live audience, right? I think that is our favorite part as, you know, theater goers, to watch you guys all on the stage in front of us.
Yeah.
And for you, it's probably about getting that reaction, that instant reaction from fans. right?
I mean, you get the connection in every city, and I'm really not trying to like just, you know, talk about here, but last night in Houston was probably one of the best audiences that I've ever had here on tour for me for my whole year. So really great. And I think what I like is that I get to do a little bit of like in each city, I get to throw in a little bit from like Houston or something, or whatever the city is. And so Houston really took to that last night.
Well, Houston is very lucky to have you both on stage. Lucas Hallower, David Josefsberg. Thanks so much for stopping by Houston Life.
Thanks for
Are
having
you
us.
going to take the costume for Halloween? Because you will kill it at Halloween.
Oh my gosh, I
right?
think they would be pretty mad. But last year on Halloween we had a show, so that was kind of my
okay.
costume anyways.
I'm keeping the shoes. Definitely the orange Nikes I'm taking.
Well, we have a whole costume department here at Houston Life. We don't have any flying DeLoreans.
So we
Right.
wanted to wear the space helmet.
Space helmet.
Yeah,
okay.
you guys are welcome to wear our space helmets. Stop by and wear our space helmets anytime. Hey, reminder, Back to the Future, the musical on stage at the Hobby Center for the Performing Arts is happening now through April 5th. For a link to get your tickets, visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and look for that scene on Houston Life section.
All right, we'll be right back with more Houston Life. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
you.
guys. That
Thanks
was
for having
really
us.
fun. We're glad-